Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Feed, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town. Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nike. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row. He really the one.
They already know.
So none of my chains go put on the show.
Giving out gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the pavement. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters?
Yeah.
What we call a tender dignity.
I told you. I told you. He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of Tip.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I'd like to start this episode of the podcast with an apology. I would like to apologize to my University of Houston Cougars. I jinxed them. Last podcast. I shouted them out for being the one bright spot in Houston sports right now because they were 4-0. And with the big game against Texas Tech, number 9 ranked Texas Tech at the time, coming into town, and they got mollywopped.
Man,
they got dog walked. They got just completely dismantled and destroyed, debacled, as Emmitt Smith once said on a live broadcast. So I still don't know what he was talking about, but it was rough, man. It was a rough game. Fig, you were there. How was it in person?
So let me start off by saying before the game started and all that stuff, it was a crazy atmosphere, man. That was probably the wildest atmosphere I've been in since I've been in Houston.
Okay.
Just fans, just, cheering, everybody just cheering and stuff. And it really felt like a game day, a college game day type feel. And me, I never went to a college, so I never went to, a Texas game or, Aggie game or anything like that. But and I'm not saying that had that feel, but everybody was in their seats before the kickoff, man. It was packed, and I talked about it before how people always show up late and all this stuff, and it's a Houston thing, but this one everybody was in their seats. So it was going crazy. Everybody had the Houston blue on and all that stuff. It was a good feel. And even it was a lot of Texas Tech fans there too. And I totally forgot how they be throwing the tortillas out on the field all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I have no idea. It was a kickoff, and it was like a touchback, and everybody threw tortillas like from all over the stadium. So the security and all that stuff was picking that shit up all day, all night, pretty much. But that part was fun. But once the game started happening, man, you could tell at this. I don't want to sit there and say University of Houston is trash or anything like that. It's still early on. It's the second year of Willie Fritz. So it's kind of like a rebuild type of mode. So Yeah, I'm not mad at that. It just kind of confirmed to me that this is a rebuild, man. They ain't ready for that yet. And Texas Tech is probably one of the best team, one of the better teams in the country right now. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It wasn't a good game. That was kind of I guess a drawback to reality, a snap back to reality, because people were feeling themselves a little bit like U of H 4-0, baby. Like we're gonna make a run and all this other stuff. And then right there, it's like, okay. So you're not there yet, but maybe in a year or two, maybe a couple more years, you could possibly be there. But that you ain't ready to rumble with some ranked teams and all that stuff. It's definitely not no top 10 team.
Yeah, that's the rough thing about college football, man. The disparity between the best teams in the country and even like the mid teams is so wide that really only the top teams, the only competition the top teams in the country have is other top teams in the country. You rarely get like a Cinderella story like you might get in basketball, some small college or one that's not typically good making a run. Now the big dogs are usually already set in stone when the season starts. And I mean, you have some flops like Texas right now, but for the most part, it's kind of set in stone. So it's unfortunate, but like you said, they'll rebuild from it, and one day they'll be at that big boy table again. But yeah, it was rough to watch.
Yeah, that was one of the moments where you'd be like, all right, we were excited about them. And then kind of make you think like, they not ready yet. They not ready yet.
Do you think the Oilers colors are cursed? Has anything good happened from Houston teams wearing those Oiler colors?
I said that, I actually said this on the air, man. Because especially when it comes to the Oilers, I'm like, man, I don't understand why people sitting here fighting for these colors, man. It ain't like they won Super Bowls with them. It seemed like everything bad that happened with the Oilers or with the Houston football team or whatever, it was in those uniforms, man. So that's why, like, I love the colors. They look fly, but it's not like they were the Patriots back then and all the history is in those uniforms. I think they are a little bit cursed. You could kind of see it with Tennessee, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they had a good year a couple times that I can remember with my eyes. They got to that Super Bowl the one year, and I think they lost to the Giants, right? I think they lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
That was the only time I seen them get to a Super Bowl, and then the other times, man, they were okay in a bad division, but they got to an AFC Championship and lost. But that was pretty much it, and that was pretty much it. So I think they're a little bit cursed, man. A little bit.
Yeah, and Matt on YouTube. What's up, Matt? Matt on YouTube also brings up that Tennessee has never beaten the Texans while wearing them either. I do think when Bud left town, those colors became cursed. Yeah, it was funny the last time, too, when the Titans they really went all out. They did the whole stadium. They brought the coach out in the old cowboy hat and all this shit, and they lost.
Yeah.
And it was these colors. I think it's time for Houston to let these colors go, man. I do like the colorways. I like throwback stuff. I'm an old head, so of course I like old throwback stuff. But I think we as a city need to move on and heal from the Oilers, and that we got to make a new regime, a new legendary Houston team, because those Oiler colors, like you pointed out, they never really achieved anything in Houston. They left, and it was a fucked up situation when they left. And now we've been fighting with Tennessee over trying to get these colors, and it's really not even worth it.
Yeah.
I think we just got to let it go and make something new, because I haven't seen anything good happen from a Houston team wearing these colors yet.
Yeah. I do, like I said, I do like the colors. I like what the Houston Texans doing with the color. They kind of got a darker blue to it a little bit. It's
Yeah.
not exactly like the Houston Oilers, but they're not doing the whole. It don't look like the Oilers to me. So I feel like they putting the Texas spin to it. So I do like how they're doing that. But as far as just fighting with Tennessee, like, oh, those ain't. At this point, I'm like, man, you can have it. It kind of sucked that, you can't honor the legends that actually played in Houston. You can't honor Earl Campbell and Warren Moon and all that stuff. But nah, that's their problem at this point, man. So that big old choke job they had against Buffalo, that's theirs. And I hate when TV people be trying to put that on Houston. Like, they be bringing that shit up whenever the Texans playing. And the last time they were they choked to Buffalo. It's just like, nah, that's Tennessee. Like, that's a totally different franchise, technically. So I hate when they be trying to tie in like, oh, the last time it was a big game in Houston, they were facing the Buffalo Bills and they were up 30-0, whatever the score was. And I'm like, man, nah, like, associate that with Tennessee because that's their squad. So I hate when they do that.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the Titans have been to the Super Bowl. So they've actually had big games. They don't have that lingering over them like we do.
Yeah, but that game that the Oilers played where they lost, that was in Houston, that's technically their franchise.
It is. I know. I get what you're saying. It is not. It's not us.
Yeah, I just hate when they bring it up when they talking about the Texans.
Yeah,
that's like Baltimore watching the Baltimore game and they bringing up John Elway facing the Browns and how they, the drive and the fumble. It's just like that's two different franchises at this point. But that's my only beef.
I get what you're saying. The reason this keeps getting brought up is because no Houston team has gotten past that point yet.
Since that
football
point,
wise, yeah. So that it really does, even though it's technically the Titans, it still hangs over our head, man. You see it in the spirit of the average Houston sports fan that's old enough to remember that shit. Is aside from the Rockets in the mid-90s, it's been really, and of course when the Astros finally won it, but football wise, it's been that's been a dark cloud that's been hanging over the city. And the Texans really got to get together, man. They have to get past that point. Get to an AFC Championship game. Get to a Super Bowl, maybe. Look, I know that's probably far off at this point, but we need to get past that point, or else it's just always going to hang over our head. So,
yeah, I think that part hanging over just the fans in Houston, and that's what make the whole situation even more ridiculous. Because people in Tennessee don't care about that shit.
Yep.
Like, that don't bother them at all. If anything, them getting to the Super Bowl and losing probably bother them, or losing in the AFC Championship game. I think they played the Patriots, I want to say. And that probably hang over their head more than that. And so that's why this whole situation is so ridiculous, because it's like, man, people in Houston feel that. People in Houston feel that loss to the Bills, and that's the whole situation. We gotta go down that rabbit hole, but that's a whole messed up situation. The NFL dropped the ball on, man.
Yeah, but what can you do, man? Matt says, if the Titans want to claim the colors and records, they need to claim the biggest collapse as well. Take the good and the bad. Yeah, they do, but like I said, they've overcome that. So that's the main issue that Houston has to do. We've got to reclaim and surpass that moment as a football city, so they could stop bringing it up. Now, the main thing that annoys me out of everything that people still do to this day, of course, that every Houston sports fan is sick of to the bone, is Houston, we got a problem. I feel like at this point, even non-Houstonians have to be tired of using this and hearing it every time a sports team does bad, yet they still do it. You know how long ago Apollo 13 was? How y'all still? That's like somebody quoting Forrest Gump. In the
Yeah,
year 2025, y'all still using Houston, we have a problem.
yeah,
Kids born don't even know what the fuck that's from, man. Y'all, people really got to stop with the Houston, we have a problem. It shows your age. It shows you belong somewhere in the corner of Facebook with the old people making the old people memes. Like, don't come using that as a headline in sports or anything when something bad happens. I'm really past sick of that.
yeah. Nah, it's silly, and not to mention, like you can poll everybody in Houston, every Houston fan, everybody in Houston hate that saying. I don't know not one fan that's like, oh, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't know not one fan that every time somebody hear that in Houston, everybody roll their eyes and discuss like, oh my god. Or whenever they be showing every time they show a little B-roll of Houston, they show always show cows and cowboys and all that shit. And look, to be fair, all of that shit be going on during the rodeo. Everybody dressed up during the rodeo. But motherfucker, it's like September, man. Like ain't nobody walking around like that. Maybe further on down somewhere, but ain't nobody. That's why people like me thought Houston was just full of horses and cowboys and shit, man. Just dirt roads and horses and shit. They gotta stop doing that too.
One thing that's really annoying me, people do that too, but I think the newer generation, especially the black and hip hop crowd, this is one thing I'm getting sick of too. People acting like everybody up in here sip lean. That's like one of the worst and most annoying stereotypes recently, really, that's really getting on my nerves. This idea, I saw somebody quote, it was something on Twitter, and somebody said some shit like, going to Miami and not doing coke is like going to Houston and not doing lean. And I'm like, do y'all know how hard it is to get lean, even in Houston? The real shit, not the shit you'll probably be scammed with if you're an out-of-towner trying to get some.
Yeah, like real activists.
Ridiculously expensive. Only people who are rich or doing dirt can sip lean and have it actually be some real lean. And it's not, it ain't no party drug either, man. That's another thing. Just because rappers be pouring up in the videos don't mean that there's a social, like a cocaine type of drug, man. It's not that. It's it's a shit that will put you to sleep.
Yeah.
So, the whole culture around lean in Houston and we all just sip lean here, I've really gotten sick of that. That was true maybe 20 years ago when it was cheaper to get and the average person could actually pour up. Now, it ain't happening here, man. All right.
Yeah.
The people who say they are, good chance they're not, or they're trying to scam you or something. But nah, stop calling us like the city of lean. It ain't that anymore, man.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, man. That's kind of like the joke everybody make about New York and how everybody wear Timbs all the time.
But I do think New Yorkers still love Timbs, though, in general.
The old school ones do. Like, you know, it's a newer crowd where they probably,
that's true.
They probably wearing Vans and some bullshit, but that older crowd, man, you still gonna see them with a Yankees hat, some big old construction Timbs, and some fucking big ass jeans with the crease in them.
Yeah. I guess I'm part of the problem because I still think of that as New York fashion, even though I know it's not. But to me, it's still like the Yankees fitted some baggy ass jeans and some Timbs on. So I guess I'm part of the problem.
Yeah.
Matt also said, I don't even live in Houston anymore. I think it's such a tired quote. Yeah, that Houston, we have a problem thing has to go, man. Every time I think we finally move past it, I see it on the little underline on ESPN whenever the Rockets lose a game 7 or some shit. Houston, we have, come on, man. Y'all can't think this is still original and new and funny at this point.
Yeah.
But no matter what, it just will not die. Nationwide, I guess they just don't see a problem with it. So.
Yeah, nah, it's ridiculous. I agree with it. I ain't even been here all that long to get tired. I think I might have been tired of it before I moved here.
Dog, really past like the year 2000, I think it was time to. I get when the movie first came out, and actually, when I remember being kind of happy that everybody was saying Houston, we have a problem because it's like, hey, our city getting shot out nationwide all the time, even though it's always in a bad context. But now I feel like it's been so long since that fucking movie came out, and that's a lot. I bet a bunch of people don't even know it's from Apollo 13. They just think it's just a phrase people just started saying.
Yeah.
So I'm just really sick of it in general, man. But I digress.
Yeah.
Anyway, in other Houston sports news, we got to talk about the Texans game. Their game before the bye, they faced the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, of course, blew them out. I gotta be honest, man. I have nothing bad to say about this game. I have nothing bad to say about it. I know some people might dump on it and say, yes, this was like the worst defense in the NFL they played against, missing a lot of their best defensive players, by the way, and not having Lamar Jackson. But I'm like, I'll take it with how they played, because the Texans up to this point would face bad teams and still keep it close. And you'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? This game, I was satisfied with how they played. They proved that they can actually score touchdowns outside the fourth quarter at the end of the game. I had nothing bad to say, man. They did what they were supposed to do. And I'm not going to say this turns the whole season around, but I'm satisfied with it, man. They handled business. They did what they were supposed to do, and they put a bad team in the dirt. So if they could do more of this, they wouldn't be 2-3. But what can you do? Figgy, what are your thoughts on the game, man?
I agree with you, man. I have nothing bad to say about this. I know a lot of people going to say, oh, they didn't have Lamar Jackson, or they had a whole bunch of people hurt, which they did, and the defense is bad. But, hey, man, they ain't the only people that played the Ravens. And I guarantee all of them didn't score 44 points or whatever it was. I think it was 44-10.
Yeah.
Everybody scored 40 points. Now, to be fair, the Bills did score 41 on them, and the Lions scored 38 on them. So, I mean, that do kind of speak to the bad defense. But hell, they like the Texans were a struggling offense, and they got rolling with that. They was sharp the whole game, man. I ain't even got nothing to nitpick about that. So they did what they had to do, man. So I ain't gonna sit here and make the excuse of, oh, nobody was playing and all this other stuff. Nah, they did what they had to do to a bad team right now that was down. Like, you should blow them out. And plus it's the NFL, man. You don't really get a lot of blowouts like that in the NFL. So for the simple fact they did that, I think that says a lot. And I kind of hate that they have a bye week to kind of cool down a little bit. But I wish they had another game this week. That way they could kind of keep that momentum going. But I was good with the win, man. It's good to have a win like that where the game is so out of hand, you could just kind of relax and not really be tense watching the game and all that stuff. It's good to have games like that once in a while. And by the way, that was their first win in Baltimore ever.
Yep, ever.
They never won in Baltimore, which kind of blew my mind. I'm like, damn. So, look, a win is a win, man. I don't think the Texans are in a place where you got to look at style points and all that shit, man. They just got to get back on track, and they got to try to catch up to the Colts and the Jags, which is weird to say.
Yes.
So I ain't really looking at no style points, man.
Yeah, and usually I would agree that a bye week later would help a lot with the injuries that are sure to come and people being banged up. But I think in this case, it might be a little advantageous because it's like kind of a reset of the season. You know, they started off so badly. The offense was so putrid, and they finally have an offensive explosion. Now they can really pick apart what worked so far and what hasn't, and they can kind of rebuild maybe, and we might see a new, better team offensively in the coming weeks. So hopefully that's the case. Maybe I'm coping, but we'll see. They have a Monday night 9 p.m. game, which is gonna fucking suck to work. But 9 p.m. game in Seattle, I believe, against the Seahawks, and we'll see how that goes. Usually, I feel the Texans don't fare well in these nationally televised games, but hopefully, this is the start of a new and improved Texans offense. We'll see. The defense is already good. Just got to get some more points on the board, but we'll see, man. I'm optimistic. I'm trying to be optimistic about the rest of the season. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just hoping what we saw in Baltimore as far as the offense rolling like that, I hope we keep seeing that going. I hope they don't get back to how it was in week 1 where they just lost and struggling, man. Because Seattle, they kind of a good team, man. Like, say what you want about Sam Darnold. He's been playing all right. And
split us up
Seattle
last time, man.
Seattle got a good defense too. So this would be their first big test right here. I know they played two good games earlier, but this would be their first big test right here.
Yep. Matt said he agrees. He says, yes, they were bad and Lamar was out, but that makes it better because the Texans didn't mess around and play with their food. Good victory. Yes, exactly, man. There was teams like the Titans game. That was a game that they should have had in hand early on easily, but they played around and kept it close to the end. So it's positive to have. You're supposed to put the bad teams in the dirt in the NFL. So that's exactly what they're supposed to do. And I did think it was interesting because you remember how it came out Shedeur Sanders had turned down the Ravens. Yeah. And everybody was speculating, he would never get a chance to play in Baltimore because Lamar Jackson's there. It looked like he would have had a chance to play last Sunday, man, because the game was so out of hand and they were already on the second string quarterback. Shedeur probably would have got playing time.
Yeah, I think so. He would have got playing time in that way, where it's just like, just get some burn, rookie. He would have got some play like that.
How do you feel about what's going on with the Browns trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals and still not making Shedeur, or at least confirming that he's going to be a second string quarterback? Is this part of the conspiracy against the black man? Figgy, what's going on here?
It sounds like it to me, man. I'm just playing. Man, I don't know what's going on, man. It seemed like I wouldn't be surprised if that coach was the first one to get fired, man, because it seemed like they all over the place. They traded somebody else who wanted their starting cornerbacks, and it seemed like they kind of all over the place. It looked like they not even on the same page because their coach came out and said, the Joe Flacco trade caught him off guard. And I was just like, damn. So y'all wasn't really you ain't really know about it. So it seemed like they not really in cahoots together right now. So I don't know what's going on. And the main thing is they're not winning. So when you're not winning, you're going to have all those type of conversations. And I just think it was kind of weird that, first of all, people going to make a big deal about the second string quarterback because of Shedeur. But for him to sit there and say, not sure yet and all this, it's like, dog, you got a quarterback on the practice squad right now that ain't good. And you mean to tell me he got a chance to jump over Shedeur and be second string? So I don't know if it's something Shedeur doing, or maybe he ain't ready for the NFL. I'm not sure, but I think it's kind of ridiculous that this is even a conversation like that, man. I just don't get it, man. Maybe they're doing something wrong. Maybe it's the Browns. It could be the Browns, but I do wonder. I wonder if it's something he's doing where maybe he really don't look like an NFL quarterback, or they think he could, be a decent NFL quarterback right now. So it's kind of weird, man.
It could be the coach doesn't like him, just doesn't like his attitude or whatever he perceives it to be. Did you see that interview with Shedeur in the car dealership?
Yeah.
Like, those random players get interviewed. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Look, you got to play him at some point. I guess you don't. It's a 5th round pick, but you would think they would. But I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on with the Browns. Like you said, it might just be being the Browns, but wild shit, man.
Very wild.
Other Houston sports news: the Rockets have started. I didn't even catch this. This caught me by surprise. The preseason started, and Kevin Durant played 20 minutes. He had, I believe, what was it, 23 points? You said, 20 points in 23 minutes.
Yeah.
So, good start. I mean, we knew Kevin Durant could score, so it's no shocker that he's going to score in Houston too. The big thing is just keeping him healthy for the playoffs, man. Put him in bubble wrap. Do what you got to do. Load manage him. He's got to be healthy for the playoffs because we need him for that run. So,
yeah, I think it's, to me, I watched a little bit of the game, watched the whole game, but I was sitting there like, damn, the Rockets really got Kevin Durant, man. And I seen them checking in at the scores table. I'm like, damn, like he's really a Rocket. That's kind of wild. And then the other thing that got me was they showed the graphic that he was in his 18th NBA season. I was like, shit, like that dude been around for 18 seasons. I want to say technically 19, but it was 1 year he didn't play at all. But I was like, damn, that's kind of wild, man. And people still got him maybe top 10, top 5 type score. So it was kind of dope to see that. But then it was a little depressing because it's like, man, these old niggas in the league still top 10. Nobody ain't knocked him out the top 10 yet, man. You still got LeBron. You still got Steph Curry, who I think he's in year 17. You got Kevin Durant, that's 18 and 19, whatever. I'm like, man, it's kind of wild. Like it's gonna be really interesting when these guys hang it up.
Yeah, Doc, to really put in perspective, when Kevin Durant first came in the NBA, he was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics. They were still the Supersonics when he first came.
Yeah.
Yes, his first year was their last year in Seattle, and he was a Supersonic. Think of the last time you've heard that name in basketball, man. So yeah, that's how long you've been in the league, and it's going to be weird. The transition period is going to be very weird when these old greats kind of hang it up. When LeBron does, when Steph Curry does, when Durant does. The NBA will have stars, but I don't know if they'll have the name recognition that the current ones do. I just don't think people outside of, ball heads are going to know that, who Anthony Edwards is or who else. Fuck. Yeah, or Wemby even. Wemby's a freak of nature right now, but even him, I don't see him being a LeBron 2.0, fame-wise. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. But speaking of LeBron, you got to talk about your boy, man. Your boy trolling again. He said he was making a decision 2.0. He put out a tweet, some obviously some kind of ad type thing because it was a tweet production, and I knew it was going to be some bullshit when I saw it was.
I like how you said obviously it was an ad thing because everybody else did not think it was obvious.
But here's the thing, man. If he was going to retire, he would have held a fucking press conference like everybody else does. He's not going to announce it on Twitter in a video. So that's the thing. People thought he was going to retire. People thought he was going to leave and go to another team. I'm like, be real. Remember when Snoop Dogg did the same type of shit with the I'm giving up smoke?
Yeah.
Like y'all don't realize when y'all a campaign when y'all see it. But I'm not gonna be like I told you so because I didn't know what it was. I just knew it wasn't gonna be a retirement or I'm leaving the Lakers.
Yeah, I see when I saw it. For those who didn't see it or didn't know about it, he tweeted a video of him in the same old that picnic looking button up shirt they had when he did the original decision when he left the Cavs to go to Miami, and it was kind of like a little setup where it was some guy in the seat and he was walking to the seat to talk, kind of reenacting the first decision, the real one. And that's all it was. It didn't say what it was. It didn't say ad or anything. And it just said decision 2. And so a lot of people kind of jumped out the window. Was like, oh, this is gonna be it. And I think I heard a nigga buying some Lakers tickets to his last game or something like that. And now he's trying to sue LeBron over it. But when I seen that, I was just like, man, my first thought was, I think somebody else mentioned this too, how he had a partner with Amazon. And so they thought it was a thing for Amazon Prime, like some type of deal, some type of ad. But to me, just kind of knowing the type of person LeBron is, I just don't see him going out that way. I could see him, like you said, I could see him doing a press conference. I could see him just maybe sending out a long tweet or something like that, saying, hey, I think next year gonna be my last year. I don't think he gonna tease it like that. I don't think he'll ever do the decision again like that.
You know, I hate to be the friend that's too woke here, but I feel like I have to be, because I'm really noticing this and it's really getting on my nerves. Whenever a black super famous entertainer wants to sell us some shit, it's either alcohol or gambling. Why is it always alcohol? Most of the time it's alcohol. Yeah. And then the other 20-30% is gambling shit. Like, why are these the only things mass marketed to black people by black celebrities, man? And everybody pumps it up like it's a win. Ooh, LeBron got his own VSOP. Oh, Nas got his own casino. Oh, everybody, what was it? Beyonce had a liquor. Snoop Dogg got a liquor. Yeah. Of course, it started with Diddy and the Ciroc shit way back in the day, and everybody was hyping that up too. And Jay-Z with the Ace of Spades. Like, it's always some liquor shit, dog. Why can y'all? Is there anything else to market black people other than liquor and gambling? Yeah. I'm just asking questions, man, because it seems like this is all we get from our celebrities. I can't imagine Taylor Swift marketing a vodka, or whatever the fuck, like Grey Goose by Taylor Swift. But it's always people that don't drink too. Like, you really want me to think that Shannon Sharp and LeBron James, who are like two of the most fit people for their age on the planet, probably, who would think that they sit around sipping Hennessy?
Yeah. Or Shannon smoking Black and Miles.
Right, exactly. Number one, these are poor people's alcohol. So if they did drink, they're not going to drink this shit. It's just getting on my nerves. Ocho Cinco with the fucking cigars and shit. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm just sick of all we get from our celebrities is gambling and Hennessy and alcohol and whatnot. And it's like people pump it up like it's a win for the culture.
Yeah. What are we getting for it?
That's black excellence. Black excellence is LeBron getting his own Hennessy deal.
Yeah, and if it's not LeBron, it's gonna be another black person. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be somebody in the NFL or another black athlete.
Yep. It's I don't know. I'm just getting sick of it, man. I'm getting sick of all we get is the look. I know they can't. They're not going to start a Whole Foods. They want to be something that's profitable, but I would like I don't know, something other than this. I don't know. Like, can y'all start your own media conglomerate? Can y'all have a black people's channel or on YouTube or some shit where you hype up black content creators or some shit. I don't know, something other than a Hennessy and gambling. I'm just getting sick of it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man.
Anyway, I digress. I know that might be too woke for some people, but it's just when I saw it was Hennessy, I was like, oh God. Like again with this shit.
I feel like the perfect thing for him would have been like some wine, because he always known for drinking wine. If he had his own bottle of wine, then I'd be like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But do LeBron look like a Hennessy guy?
Come on, man.
He might drink his, I don't know, but he don't look like a Hennessy.
LeBron does not drink Hennessy. 1,000. I'm sure he might have had it before, but LeBron does not go around drinking no damn Hennessy, dog. Come on. They kill me with this shit. And the whole Shannon Sharp was doing that whole thing, like he was sipping Hennessy all the time. Come on, man. That man has to be as strict as he is with his diet. You really want to think he's sitting around sipping Hennessy all day.
And the other thing is, man, Hennessy, that's a cheap ass liquor, man. That
and it's fucking disgusting, dog. Can we be real about that too? Hennessy is nasty as hell. I don't know why it became. I blame Tupac for how popular Hennessy became, and I think he only liked Hennessy because it rhymed with enemies. So, I don't think he even liked the drink. I think he just wanted a rhyme.
Yeah. No, I don't like Hennessy. I mentioned that today. I'm like, man, Hennessy is way overhyped, man. Like, I do not like Hennessy at all, man. I will go with I don't even know if it's the same thing, but Crown. I could do some Crown. I would do Paul Masson before I do some fucking Hennessy, man. Yeah, Hennessy is just like, nah, I'm cool.
When I see somebody sipping Hennessy, I look at them almost like you would look at a crackhead. I look like, damn, you went way too deep. You sipping Hennessy like straight from the bottle too or some shit. Like I look at them like they're a different breed of alcoholic. So like, nah, stay away from that dude.
What's worse is when you see a girl like, yeah, let me get some of that hen. I'm like, I definitely ain't messing around with you.
Yeah, biggest turn off, man. Biggest turn off. Ugh. But yeah, so that was what LeBron's decision was. Some people are pissed off about it. You said that guy was suing. Good luck with that.
Stephen A was pissed off about it.
Of course he was. But then again, he's gonna take any chance he get to take a pot shot at LeBron. So it is what it is with him. But speaking of suing, we can go into some breaking news, some headlines from today.
Yeah.
And some news broke, man, on a Thursday of all days. We didn't even mention we're doing a podcast early this week. I forgot to bring that up. We are doing it on a Thursday. This kind of feels like a Friday for some reason.
It do. I keep thinking this Friday. I'm like, damn, I got to work tomorrow.
Today is Thursday. Y'all might notice we're doing the podcast a little bit early. Figgy got some things to do, some events and shit, so we're doing a little early this week and kicking it. David, what's up? David said he came in while Rocket is announcing y'all doing it early. Yeah, man. We got some Figgy got some prior engagements. So we're doing a special Thursday edition, but it just hit me now that it's Thursday. I kept thinking it was Friday the whole time. So yep, it's getting old, man. Anyway, breaking news. The Drake lawsuit against Universal Music Group over the Kendrick song Not Like Us, which he said defamed and slandered him. And I guess he was looking for some kind of restitution, some kind of money from the slander he was getting from being called a pedophile. And it has been dismissed. It has been dismissed. It's been thrown out of court. The court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable or a non-actionable opinion. So the motion to dismiss is granted. So they said, look, this is a guy's opinion that you're a pedophile. It's not a fact. So it's out. I have to say, I kind of held my tongue on this a little bit, the whole Drake lawsuit thing, because I was thinking maybe there was some kind of master plan behind it. Maybe it didn't look as cheesy as I thought it was on the outset. Now, this is one of the worst things Drake has done in his career. I can say it confidently now. Like, it's over for him at this point, at least as far as his beef is concerned. I don't know what he was thinking, dragging out the beef even longer and keeping it in people's heads. His lawsuit that didn't get him anything, and now he lost money off of it. Number one, you lost money probably when the disc was at its peak from all the deals you probably had that got canceled. Now you spend all this money in legal fees trying to sue one of the biggest music corporations on the planet, and it gets dismissed. So there's no way to spin this other than an L for Drake. Even his fans can't. There's no spin story for this. Figgy, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, I think this loss is more than the actual the beef, because not only, like, if you're gonna sue, if you got something to sue over, at least win the shit. And not only did you take a bad loss in the beef, which I think he could recover from that, in my opinion, unless he really suing over some lost deals or something like that. But he could have got over that. All you gotta do is make some good music, and people gonna roll with you. But he, not only that, he went out and did something that nobody really did publicly like this, at least, and sued over a diss song. So yeah, I kind of said it from the beginning. This was weak, and to me, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. I wasn't sitting there saying that I knew it was gonna get dismissed, but I knew it was gonna be very important how this played out, because if he did win this case, then that's gonna get ugly for hip hop. Not even just beefing with somebody, but making a song and people just up and suing you over it, or over a little verse or something like that, or a comment, because people jab at each other all the time. But just imagine people just suing over it. Imagine if, JT from City Girls decided to sue Cardi B. It's going to be that type of shit all the time, where, a place like hip hop and music, where we use it to express what we want to express, you can't even do that no more. So that's the part I was kind of worried about. And like you said earlier, I kind of thought the same thing about Drake being the mastermind a little bit, where it's like maybe it's something there. And so clearly it wasn't. Clearly he was just probably emotional, probably felt hurt, to be honest. Like, don't nobody want to be called a pedophile. So I'm sure he was hurt and embarrassed over it and wanted to take action on it. And it didn't work out. So I'm kind of glad it worked out like this. That way, when I don't want to put a muffle on hip hop where you got to watch what you say or you might get sued, especially if it's something like this. They ain't talking crazy, no crazy type stuff. If you just, in a battle, like, you don't want to get sued over a rap beef or nothing like that on wax. So, yeah, man, I'm glad it happened like this, man. And I know he got to feel even more embarrassed, because now it's funny because I went to Twitter just to search something, and the first thing that popped up was "Not Like Us." So I'm sure that song gonna creep right back into the top 50 or wherever it's gonna creep right back up now. So this song was probably the worst thing that ever happened to Drake.
No, 100%, man. And I think he just got some bad legal advice. I think he got gassed up. I think he was trying to, like I said from the beginning, he was trying to paint a narrative that the game, he took an L, but the game was rigged. I think, and this is stuff he was trying to feed academics at the time. He kept pushing this narrative through academics that there were people at UMG that were being told to suppress Drake and pump up Kendrick, supposedly. And I don't know how you prove this or get this information, but I really think he had the idea that, yes, UMG was playing dirty here to try to devalue him so he couldn't negotiate for more money in his next deal or renegotiate or whatever he was trying to do to get more money. So I think he thought there was an opportunity to get a bag here, and if you could get a bag off of being dissed, I mean, go for it. But if it doesn't work out, you look super clownish. And that's exactly what happened here. The first person to ever sue over a diss track, and you lose the case. So you lost the beef and you lost the lawsuit. It's rough, man.
Yeah.
I really think, at all things considered, he should let this go. He should just move past it. You know, at some point it had to die out. At some point, he's gonna still do numbers and be Drake, but keeping it in people's minds and their heads. Meanwhile, while Kendrick is still on tour, in fucking Brazil or where the fuck he is right now, South America, doing crazy shows. He's giving Kendrick fans even more ammunition to shit on him.
Yeah.
So at this point, I feel bad for Drake fans, because what do you have left to fight with at this point? Y'all been on the ropes for a year plus now, and y'all done emptied the last clip, and you got nothing left. So
yeah,
I kind of feel for them.
Yeah, I'm curious if I wonder where Drake go after this, man. And I know Drake fans are gonna say some stuff like, "Oh, they gonna throw out some conspiracy. Oh, the record label was trying to put him down and all this other stuff. He's too successful, so they trying to water him down and all this other stuff." Nah, man, you ain't have to do that, man. And to me, it's just so funny because they on the same record label pretty much, and the record label pretty much did exactly what Drake was having them do when it comes to beef time and all that stuff, and pushing a hit song out that's a diss song. So they pretty much did the same thing, man. And so he was just being a Karen about it. So that's the funny part. So I wonder what the relationship going to be like moving forward with Universal, and is because I think they released a statement was saying, they pretty much glad of the judgment and all this other stuff, and we're ready to continue doing music with them. So like, yeah, we glad this happened. Now keep making that money for us, man. So I wonder how the relationship gonna be, if he gonna go to a mode where he just continue to make music, or is he gonna stop and protest a little bit. I'm kind of curious how you gonna go with that, and I'm wondering if Iceman is that still gonna drop.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if he was expecting to win and maybe do the victory lap with the album, and now that he didn't, he might put it on pause. He might put it on ice. Ha ha! See what I did there? I don't know, man. But yeah, he's Drake is not the type of person to just sit there and stew in a loss. So he's gonna make music. He's gonna keep doing what he does, but it's just not a good look right now. I don't know how he. Like I said, it would have died down at this point if he didn't sue. But now, since he sued and lost, like you said, the song's gonna be trending again. People pumping it up again. He made it worse for himself.
Yeah.
Matt said this is a major L for Drake. Take the L out of Lover. It's over, man. Yeah, certified over, boy. Yeah. I see what you did there. You got puns like me, man. David said Drake's next album is If You're Hearing This, It's Too Late. Yeah, pretty much. Make a remix album. And Matt also said it's easier said than done, but at some point you've got to lose the rabbit ears and stop reacting to this stuff because it backfires. If it backfires, it's all ammo for the other side. Yeah, that's exactly the point. He keeps stewing on it over and over when Kendrick himself has moved on. You know, I'm sure Kendrick is still performing the song at his shows. Of course he is, because it's the biggest song he's ever done. But he has moved on from the beef in terms of answering questions about it, in terms of anything like that, making more songs, which he apparently had more songs in the tuck that never got released. So he has moved on. He released a new album since then, and he's been on tour. He's not worried about Drake anymore, but it feels like Drake is still worried about Kendrick, and this really helps solidify that he is. So Yeah. You just gotta move past it, man. Take the L. We've all taken L's in our life. You just gotta move on, man.
Yeah. It's crazy,
Well,
man.
you ever embarrass yourself in front of a bad bitch? Do some shit, do some stupid shit, and just realize that she's never gonna feel you now and it's over.
Yeah, she
You
look
just
at
gotta,
you do
yeah.
something, trip and fall. It don't even be nothing crazy. It's just like a stumble down the stairs. It's like, oh shit, you okay?
Anything where she gives you that look like, you know it's over. You
Yeah.
know it's over, man. Like maybe I told a bad joke or I said something stupid. You know it's over. You just got to dust yourself off and move on, man.
Yeah, or it'd be something like, oh, you got some mustard on your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
shit.
got something in your nose. Ah, shit, it's over. So just got to move on, man.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift might officially sell 4 million copies of her album in its first week. We got to get an official word. I want to see. Actually, I texted her, but I want to call her. Will she answer? Because we need an official statement on all things.
Who you trying to call?
I was going to call Joanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see if she answers. I texted her last week. Let me see. Will she pick up? Can you hear her?
Yeah.
It's a nice picture she got. Wow, she's so cute. She might not pick up. Like, why is this nigga calling me at 7 o'clock on a fucking Thursday? Okay, she probably won't pick up.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyway, I did ask her last week for a response to the backlash that Taylor Swift has gotten for this new album. If you've missed all the discourse about it, people are saying the lyrics are trash. People are saying she's wrong for putting out like 20 versions of this album. She got like physical versions with exclusive songs and shit. And she's got vinyl editions, and it is very obvious she's trying to pump the numbers up. And I can't blame her. I mean, if you can and you sell, then why not? But it's starting to look a little fugazi the way she's really trying to milk her fans at this point. She's been accused of using AI in a few of her promotional videos, which she apparently took down.
Damn.
She's been answering and clapping back at the critics by saying, hey, if you loved it or hated it, you know, my name is still in your mouth. So she's kind of coming back like a rapper at this point. Sounds like some shit 50 Cent would say. And yeah, it's been a lot of I think people are getting tired of the whole Taylor Swift thing at this point, music-wise. At first, it was the whole football stuff, but now I think in general, people are getting sick of her. So I asked Joanna last Friday after the podcast, I said, and Joanna is our friend from the radio station who is a super, super Taylor Swift fan. Like, she's been going to all her shows since the beginning and just super locked in Swiftie that we both know. And I asked her, I said, Swifties are saying her new album is ass. What say you? She said, and I quote, anything she does is magic. It's different from her last 3 albums. Her last 3 are sad space, and In Your Feelings. This one is more happy, and not a lot of people in this are happy in this crazy world. So I can see how they don't like it / they can't relate. But I love it! 3 exclamation marks. And she said, Wood is my favorite. She talks about Travis. And that's the point where she talks about like his dick or some shit. And I said, there's too much going on in the world, and she's singing about dick. And then she responded and said, she's in love. Her last album was more relatable to what's going on in the world. This one is her finding love. She has a right to write about the happiness she is living right now. Hater. And then I told her this is like when Beyonce and Jay-Z made an album together about how happy they were and people hated it. So, yeah, man. Now, it's crazy because this is probably going to be the highest selling Taylor Swift album but it's also the worst received publicly, it feels like. So funny how that's working out. Do you have any thoughts about this whole thing, Figgy?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think everybody undersold what this album was gonna do. I know she did all the tricks and stuff, but when I seen 3 million copies first week, I'm like, what in the world? And then I seen 4 million. I'm like, all right, man. To me, I don't know. I think it's cool. It's hard for me to shit on it, man, because it'd be one thing if everybody was out here doing those numbers. She the only one that's doing these numbers, man. Beyonce had to settle for a little 200,000 first week or whatever it was. So to see Taylor Swift doing this, it's just like, damn. Maybe she is the I ain't gonna say maybe. I think she is the top dog out of all the artists out here, man, because that number is ridiculous. And for the simple fact, people move out the way. So she could just drop and probably have her own little 2 or 3 weeks. I think that's insane, man. But yeah, man, I don't know. I still ain't really give that album a chance. I heard a couple songs from it just being on the radio, and man, she is really jacking Lana Del Rey's whole fucking flow, man. She kind of got that like if you listen to Lana Del Rey, she kind of got that sappy, that sad type of voice, and that's what Taylor Swift doing. I know she hang out with Lana Del Rey and Lord and all that, so I could just hear all of that shit in her music, man. And it's totally different from when you hear her country albums, even like her pop country albums. The one that's a little more poppy, she sounds so totally, because I feel like her old shit, she was more talky. You know, she was singing but kind of talky a little bit. But this one, it looked like she got a Lana Del Rey thing going on, man. And I'm like, damn, that would have been Lana Del Rey if she wouldn't pop. She wouldn't have sold that much. She wouldn't have sold all them records and nothing, but she would have been. It sounded like a poppy Lana Del Rey to me.
Yeah. It's just when people call her like the new Michael Jackson or the biggest thing since Michael Jackson, I can't help but compare, and I can't help but think how when Michael Jackson was at his biggest, he kind of dedicated his music to the issues in the world. He dedicated it to poverty, child poverty, the racism, real issues that people were dealing with. And say what you want about him and the music at the time, but it seemed like he wanted to stand for something and he has something to say. With Taylor Swift, is like, what does she have to say with this album that she put out for people? Just like, what is the message besides I'm happy I'm getting married to a football player?
Yeah.
Like, is that all she has to offer the world as the biggest pop star out right now? Yeah. I'm not saying she got to be fucking Nelson Mandela or some shit, but you would think that with as fucked up as the world is today, you would have something to say. And yeah, it's just I've never understood the hype. You know, I like to give everything a chance, but she has to be the most boring pop star we've ever had to be this big, especially. There's no every interview I see, she has no personality, man. She cannot tell a joke to save her life. Like, doesn't really seem charming at all. In the music, she can't dance. Her singing is just average at best to me. I don't understand it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. How she got this popular. Why? It's kind of like, who's that chick in the Hunger Games? The chick, the girl who starred in Jennifer, whatever her name is.
Was it Gardner?
Jennifer, not Gardner. What's the girl name from? Jennifer Lawrence. That's right, Jennifer Lawrence.
That's right. Yeah.
There was one point when she was like in every movie, and I'm like, I didn't understand it. How is this person came from nowhere? She couldn't act and didn't even look that good to me, but somehow she was the next big star in Hollywood. That's how I feel about Taylor Swift, but it's gone on way longer and she's gotten way bigger than that. So
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. Maybe it's just not for me, but I feel like we used to demand more of our biggest stars in music, and now it's just they do the bare minimum. They sell their album 10 times over at the same time to do some fugazi streaming, pump up numbers shit.
Yeah. That's where I was going with it. Like, I agree with what you were saying too, but I think my biggest issue when you compare it to Michael Jackson is like, look what in the times we are. Look at all the things she's doing to gain the numbers, man. And look, I'm not saying nobody is going to buy her album or anything, but I just hate the whole comparison. Like, oh, she did this. What did Michael Jackson do? It's just like, man, come on, man. This dude was going diamond in the damn 80s and all that shit, man. He was selling a lot of physical. This was back when you had to stand in line to get an album. Like, you had to go physically in the store and get something. And you can actually see, to me, you can actually see the people that's listening to Michael Jackson. It was all over the place. And, people stop what they doing to see Michael Jackson. And I'm not saying people don't do that with Taylor Swift, but she have a certain crowd. She has stands that would do that to help her out a little bit. I don't just walk down the street and then just and just hear Taylor Swift all the time, man. To me, I just feel like it's not the same thing. That's kind of, to me, that's like you saying Bad Bunny. And by the way, he's doing the Super Bowl, and people are pissed off about that. But that's like saying Bad Bunny. He's look at his numbers. He's the best. He's the best of all time. It's just like, man, like a lot of people still don't know who Bad Bunny is, man. You never went through that with Michael Jackson, where that debate happened, or somebody said, hey, listen to this Michael Jackson album, and somebody like, oh, I don't know who that is. Now, he was a mega star. And I think people kind of fall into that trap of always comparing somebody to Michael Jackson by saying, oh, this is the best person since Michael Jackson. I think we do that with everybody, but I truly believe it ain't nobody that came close to him, man. I really don't think it, man. I think Taylor Swift is up there. I'll put her over Beyonce right now, man. That might be a hot take.
No, I mean, to us it is, but to the world it's not.
Yeah, I don't think
can't compare them.
Yeah, and that's not even close. And I know Beyonce been around for 30 plus years. But yeah, man, she's the best star out right now. She's the biggest star out right now. Everybody move out the way for her. Beyonce moving out the way for her. But nah, man, I just can't, with all the tricks and all the scam type shit, bot shit, and just how they do the music industry right now, I just can't put that against Michael Jackson and be like, oh, yep, she's better. Look at these YouTube numbers. Like, come on, man. Like, unfortunately, Michael Jackson wasn't around this time, so we can't see his YouTube numbers. But nah, man, I just don't like that whole comparison thing, man, especially with how screwed up and fugazi the music industry is.
Yeah, Michael Jackson did not have to drop the Thriller Deluxe Edition 2 days after Thriller came out. Then he didn't drop the instrumental edition, the a cappella edition. He did not have to resell Thriller to us 50 times in the same week to make it the #1 selling album of all time. It did that organically on its own because it was packed with hits that everybody loved.
And another thing is, ain't nobody move out the way for nobody during that time.
Yep.
Look, Michael Jackson had a lot of competition during that time. Hate to say it, but he had a lot of competition, man. So strong. Hell, he had trouble getting a Grammy, man. like they were playing him off, off winning awards and shit. And so he was in a strong category, man. I can't say Taylor Swift is in a strong cat. I think she's in the lane of her own at this point. I think just music right now is just so it's not the same from last year. Ain't no the people that's up top, they ain't really that hungry like that. Beyonce, I don't think she's really that hungry to try to, be the top dog or anything like that. Who is Taylor Swift competing with right now? So it's a lot you could compare to bring up the point why you shouldn't compare it.
Yeah, Beyonce is still confusing me. I still don't understand why she barely promoted any of her last albums, didn't do any music videos, didn't do any performances. She toured, and that was really it. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. Maybe it's just wants to be home with her family more, which I understand. Matt says, Jackson sang about how we are the world. Swift sings about the sides of Beyonce's manhood. Biggie let Lopez know the debate is over. Yeah, let him know. Ain't never gonna be another Michael Jackson, man.
Nah, he ain't gonna take that, man, because he's just gonna keep pulling up. Look how many video music awards Taylor Swift got. Like, ain't nobody
she sold 3 million in her first week.
Yeah, and this
okay, man,
and it's crazy. That's somebody that actually grew up in the prime of Michael Jackson, man. And you saying this, so it's crazy, man.
That's one of those I want to be down with the kids type takes. Like when Gilly the Kid and Wallow want to act like they don't. I don't listen to anybody but the young niggas. I don't listen to the young nigga rap. I listen to no old shit. It's like, okay, man, whatever. David says it reminds me of J-pop and K-pop fan tactics. Yeah, that's exactly what's at play there. The way they sell and resell their albums and stuff, and have exclusive editions and this fan club stuff that they do. And look, I'm not mad at her for feeding her fans, but in this economy, it kind of feels predatory. It would be one thing if she was like, I'm going to drop a bunch of exclusive tracks for free. Here, just run it up. Do whatever you want. But she's like, no, you have to buy this CD and get it shipped to you to listen to the exclusive songs. Like, nigga, it's 2025. You want us to buy, or fans to buy a CD to hear the exclusive tracks? What are they going to play it on? Like, yeah. I'm guessing there could be some kind of digital edition, little coupon or some shit that comes with it, because nobody has a CD player anymore, man. But
yeah, she's just trying to get those physical copies, and she can sell them a jar full of fart, and they'll buy it up. So she know what she's doing, man. She could just, hey, you gotta buy it. Hey, support me. I'm sorry, Michael Jackson didn't have to do that shit, man.
Yeah.
He didn't have to beg people to, hey guys, you want my shoes out? You got to buy it. Hey, hurry up. Let's run the numbers up. People like Nicki Minaj and all that stuff, they do that shit all the time, and they got some rabid fan bases that will do it. So that's why, man, I just don't think it's even in the same discussion, man.
Yeah, it really feels corporate at this point. This feels like Taylor Swift feels like an artist that was made in a manufacturing plant. Like they cloned her or something, and they said, "Go out, you're going to be the biggest star ever." You will say what we want you to say. You will have all the politically correct takes to have. You will have nothing controversial about you at all. You will have some safe bubblegum pop bullshit music, and you will sell it over and over again and convince your fans that they have to buy more of your stuff to be real fans. So, yeah, it feels like she is just a robot, kind of programmed to maximize sales and streams.
Yeah.
Matt says a problem with that is music is so much easier to get now with downloads and such. Back in the day, we had to go and physically wait and hunt to get the hottest albums. Yeah, exactly. You had to go to the store. You had to talk to the nerds. You had to fucking motherfuckers want to ask you about the album when you buy it. Oh, you like that new Jay-Z, huh? I heard it was trash. Well, nigga, I didn't ask you, all right? Oh, Pitchfork over here want to criticize my music taste.
Yeah.
But it was a different time, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's not even in the same discussion to me, man. I think Michael Jackson was just in a whole nother level that everybody wanted to be, man. Everybody wanted to be that. And like you could bump into anybody. Even with her last couple albums, man, I don't know how many people could just name one of her songs off her album, off her last couple albums. And this album sold a lot. Like, I don't know if just the average person could be like, oh, that's a lot of people can name some Michael Jackson songs out the blue, man. I don't know. I just don't think it's this. I think she got a rabid, loyal fan base that's doing a good job keeping their numbers up and stuff like that, man. I wish I had that fan base, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you see her response to why she hasn't done the halftime show yet?
Nah, I didn't. I see reports about it, but I didn't know she made a statement about it.
So she was on, I want to say, what was it? Jimmy Kimmel Jimmy Fallon. She was on Jimmy Fallon, and he asked her about it because there were some rumors that it was like something about the ownership of the music and the money behind it. She wanted some rights or whatever, and I think the NFL has those rights behind the halftime show and whatever. And so she kind of clarified, or at least tried to. And here's her answer. She said, "Here's the thing. Jay-Z has always been very good to me. Our teams are really close. They sometimes will call and say, 'How does she feel about this?' That's not like an official offer. We were always able to tell him the truth, which is that I am in love with a guy who does that sport on the actual field. That is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. The whole season, I am locked into what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if he's out there every single week putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, high intensity sport? And I'm like, I wonder what my choreography should be. This has nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in." So the reason she has not done a Super Bowl yet now, apparently, is because Travis Kelce is still playing in the NFL, and she's too locked in to do the halftime show. Which
it sounds like she just worried for his life. She can't focus on preparing for a Super Bowl halftime show because he could get killed out there on the field.
This is like the most ridiculous way I've heard people describe a professional athlete. Okay, yes, anything can happen on the field. Yes, it's violent, but he ain't going to war.
Yeah.
Like they ain't shipped his ass to Afghanistan. All right. He's playing on the football field and he's about to retire, by the way. He's washed up, really probably should have been retired. But I don't know. The idea that she's too locked into football to worry about the halftime show. But she was touring while he was playing in the NFL. So I don't know how that works out. But this is a very manufactured bullshit ass response. And she don't want to say what the real reason is. So she's trying to come up with something that makes her look more likable.
Yeah.
Which is, I just love my man too much to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. No, what it is because I heard rumors that she wanted money. She wanted money, and I don't know, she wanted rights to whatever. And the NFL never rolled like that before. You know how many people performed at halftime at the Super Bowl? I don't think they ever paid anybody like that. So I think she probably trying to get a little more out of it. And if they not giving her nothing out of it, then she probably ain't gonna do it. And that's probably gonna look bad on her if that did get out there. That's the reason. So that's why she made that bullshit ass excuse.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Was this the best excuse she could come up with? Travis Scott, his life is in danger playing football. I can't focus on my halftime performance. All right, man. So I'm guessing this is really what she's saying is once he's retired, she's gonna do it. Probably the next year, I guess. But that's her excuse for not having done it while she has dated Travis Kelce, at least, I guess. So okay. Matt says I can't name a single Swift song. Meanwhile, I can listen to Smooth Criminal every so often because I love the beat and the moves Jackson pulled off in that video. Yeah, that's the kind of charisma and talent we just don't have anymore. It's like it just disappeared with that last generation of superstar pop stars. It just is gone. Now, the best we got is a fucking dance wise is a Chris Brown. And singing wise, I mean, Beyonce puts on a great performance, but yeah, she ain't MJ. All right, it ain't that.
It's not that same feeling, man.
Yeah.
Like as much as I like Beyonce too, I'm never rushing home to stand in front of the TV because Beyonce is performing. And maybe it could be the time we in now because I just see the clips on TV, but or on social media. But I remember people saying, "I got to get home. Michael Jackson is performing." I remember those words, man. Where somebody might be over your house, oh, Michael Jackson about to perform. Turn the channel, whatever. And everybody standing up just to watch him moonwalk. I remember that shit as a kid, man. And I just don't know anybody who had that feeling. And Chris Brown, I don't know anybody that had that feeling. It might be a certain fan base that had that feeling, which is fair. But just Michael Jackson didn't have a certain fan base. Everybody was the fan base to me.
Yeah. It was really, like I said before, everybody, even people who didn't like R&B, people who did, everybody had a favorite Michael Jackson song. Everybody had at least one they liked. It's impossible to not have a Michael Jackson song. There's at least one you like. There's can't be in his whole discography. There's got to be one Michael Jackson song that everybody likes.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. So. Yeah, it's just insane, man. David says she sounds like a cop wife. Yeah, very, very exaggerated way to explain a football player.
He's putting his life on the line.
Do you know what can happen out there? They are gladiators, okay? They're modern day gladiators. Yeah, all right. I think gladiators actually got killed. Actually, you know what I found out recently? Apparently, the real gladiator fights were like wrestling, like WWE type shit. Like they were fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of them were fake. Like they would predetermine who would win and lose. And sometimes somebody would get killed, but it was already set who would die.
What? So, I didn't know that part. Damn.
Yeah. A lot of them were staged and fixed. Because you think about it, man. Like how long could a real sword fight actually last?
Yeah.
It's going to be like 5 seconds and somebody going to get stabbed and killed. So apparently they were actually fake fights that were staged to entertain the audience. So yeah, all y'all talking shit about wrestling and hating on people who watch wrestling. Look, it's been around longer than you think. All right, all this fake shit. So yeah, but that blew my mind, man. And he said, David also said it's why the Super Bowl is free. Yeah, I mean, I guess the NFL, I don't know. I mean, would the NFL need to pay somebody to perform on the biggest stage and get you a whole lot of exposure? I don't pocket watch, so I don't care. So I don't know.
If anything, if anybody should be paid, I think Taylor Swift should be paid if they had to pay somebody because she had been going to the games and the numbers been jumping up, man. Her just attending the games helped the NFL a little bit.
Yeah.
So imagine if she performed, like those numbers gonna go through the roof. So if they had to pay somebody or somebody deserved to get paid, I would say she is probably the one that deserved to get paid. But that's not how they roll, man. They had a bunch of superstars perform at the halftime show, and that's not what they do, man.
Yeah. I mean, I can see both arguments. I can see, and that makes it doubly surprising that Prince did it. because he was super over his ownership of his music. So it's really shocking that they could convince him to do it. This is pre-Jay-Z era too, by the way, that Prince actually did the Super Bowl. I think part of it was just ego that he did it. He was like, all right, Michael Jackson did it. I got to do it. All right. I can't have him one-up me in this shit. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised he even did it, considering this was during a time when he had no music or anything on streaming or YouTube, but his Super Bowl performance was actually on YouTube. That's the one Prince thing you could actually see on YouTube was his halftime performances at the Super Bowl because the NFL had the rights to it. So, yeah. And Matt also said, I ruined his childhood when he was studying Roman history. Yeah, I saw, look, and I don't know how, look, I wasn't there, so I can't confirm, but I did see some historians actually confirm and say, yeah, the gladiator fights were fake. And thinking about it, it does make sense, but it is, it does demystify a whole lot. Like that whole Russell Crowe movie looks weird. All that shit. I mean, I know it was a movie, but it looks super fake now because it's like, man, y'all wasn't actually doing that shit for real. Y'all was fucking play fighting.
Even just thinking about a real fight in real life, man, when people fight in real life, they kind of just go at it. You don't be in the street just kind of ducking and dodging and just kind of waiting around like it's a boxing match. And those fights usually last about maybe 10 to 15 seconds. And then at that point, that's it. But the way they bring up this drama, like, oh, I'm a dodge this bat that he got in his hand. I'm going to catch it and break it and then duck. And I'm a swing. He going to duck. Most likely that shit ain't happening unless it's like two professional boxers. And I don't even think that would happen in a street fight if it's two professional boxers.
The only reason real fights are long is because there are rules. And you have to take breaks. You can't throw certain punches and you can't do certain things.
You got 12 rounds or whatever the case may be. So you can't just try to kill a man in the first round unless you Mike Tyson. But you got to pace yourself a little bit.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, really, I'm surprised I didn't think of it before, but for some reason, I always thought, the gladiators, they were fighting for real. You think about it, like, there's no way. If it was real fighting, there's no way it would be entertaining enough to fill a coliseum full of people who are bloodthirsty. Like, that shit would be over so quick. It'd be like a Tyson fight. Motherfuckers paid $100 to watch a pay-per-view of a Tyson fight, where the fight would be over in 20 seconds.
Yeah, just imagine you watching the fight and somebody just come in with a sword just right in the chest or on the side, and that's it.
Yeah, two people just ready and go, stab. Okay, they both die. That's it. The end. Like, how are sword fights even a thing, man? Like, you think about it, sword fighting is 100% some movie shit. I feel. I think if you look back in the days of when they were actually fighting with swords, it was a lot uglier and clumsier than we could think of. I don't think there was like clanging swords back and forth, man. It was just like, I'm gonna cut his ankle, then I'm gonna fucking do some crazy shit.
Do you feel like it's a little more legit in the Asian community where kung fu and all that type of stuff? Do you think that's more realistic?
I mean, I think they took it very seriously. There are people that still study that shit there today. But also I think that's been very hyped up by samurai movies at the time. And it's kind of like the Wild Wild West here. There's been a lot of debate, but the Wild Wild West basically never existed in American history as we see it in movies and shit. It was a romanticized version of what the past was like, and there was no like shootout at saloons and shit and motherfuckers riding around hunting people down all the time.
So you mean it wasn't like Bonanza?
It wasn't like no fucking Tombstone type shit, man. Motherfuckers just roll up into town and take it over. No. And then it was a fictionalized version, and the same thing with like a lot of the samurai stuff. I think it's a lot of dramas and movies have really mystified a lot of what it actually was. But some of it was legit. I'm not a historian, I can't say, but I do think I think we've had our perception of the past kind of tainted by all the fiction we see. So we think like, oh, samurais were really like that, man. They was really getting it. And gladiators, man, it was like Russell Crowe. They was fighting panthers and shit. And it was Denzel Washington was there in his fucking Brooklyn accent. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything like that.
Damn.
David said, if you clang a sword on a sword, you get 2 broken swords. Yeah, I doubt the quality of these swords for the gladiator fights were very well put together either. Man, they probably had the cheapest shit they were fighting with. So, yeah.
Yeah. I this kind of made me think about my uncle. Shout out to my Uncle Rob, who he been through a lot in his life, and he talked about how he was about to get in a fight, and so he had a beer bottle, so he tried to hit it against the wall to try to create
yeah.
whole fucking hand.
Yep.
So now he like trying to duck the fight off pretty much. Like, just imagine you getting into it with somebody, you like, all right, you take the little bottle, clean, try to create something, cut his whole fucking hand, man.
Yeah. You hit the bottle over your head to look like you're tough, like in a movie or some shit, and you start bleeding and gashing all over your head. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Matt says, well, samurai it was. Duels were typically ended in a few seconds. No clanging of swords, but the fastest draw typically won. Yeah, they did that thing where they do, and then the guy was cut in half. Yeah. Look, there was definitely an art form to sword fighting, because there had to be. Some people had to win and lose fights, but I think in general, these fights were a lot uglier than we can imagine, because we just see the movie shit in our head. But when you think about real people fighting versus fictional fighting, it's a lot uglier and sloppier in real life. And I think sword fighting was definitely that too. So
yeah, kind of like gunfighting a little bit.
Yeah.
When you watching Power and Tommy escape a whole big ass gunfight unharmed, it's just like, all right, man. But if you look at a real gunfight, man, it definitely be a lot. But man, almost everybody ain't making it out alive, man. So.
Yeah, seeing people get shot in real life is nothing like movies, man. It's fucking. I've seen videos where dudes like get shot and then get back up and then start shooting it. Like, I guess the adrenaline, they don't realize they've been shot, so they fucking get up and run or do something, and then it hits them and they just fall down and kind of slowly just go to sleep, and that's it. So it's nothing like in the movie, man.
Every time I seen somebody get shot, it's just kind of like they get shot. It's like they get paralyzed and they just like fall down. Mm-hmm. They kind of fall down, and we're just like, oh shit, and you don't realize he got shot. It's not like you see a whole bunch of blood everywhere. It's just like a poop, and then you just kind of fall down a little slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like the movies, man. Somebody gets shot in the shoulder, it's no big deal. Just keep fighting. Wrap it up with some little towel or something.
Yeah, that remind me of the movie Belly. You've seen the movie Belly?
Yeah, a long time ago.
This motherfucker Method Man got blasted by a fucking shotgun through a door. And the nigga got back up, ran to the car, and drove off. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just saw this shit for the first time recently, like 3 weeks ago. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? And then I think Nas got shot. He went back on the T-Bars and was like, hey, I got shot, but I'm still trying to go to Africa. Like, nigga, you ain't going nowhere with a bullet wound, man. You think you about to hop on a plane? that movie was fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, great. One of the greatest intros of all time, and that's basically it, man. The acting was terrible. The story was stupid, but visually, it looked like a cool music video. So, yeah, I give it that much.
Yeah.
Matt says, I've studied it. Movies try to do it justice, but there is an actual art of drawing the sword in Japan called Iaido. Okay, maybe that's what Lupe was doing over there. Remember Lupe Fiasco was taking a bunch of pictures with a sword, going like all this shit. Maybe that's what Lupe was doing, man. Maybe I got to go to Japan one day and learn Iaido.
Yeah.
Like, teach me that Iaido, y'all. Japan's crazy right now. They're doing a whole thing about immigration. They got their own Donald Trump over there.
Oh, really?
Who, yeah. I saw on a video like some AP story popped up about this guy who's trying to be the new Trump over there. He's like, "Oh, y'all foreigners and immigrants, get the fuck out of here, man." and it's funny because Japan has like the lowest immigration of pretty much any country. I think they have 3% or some shit like that. But yeah, they got their own Trump over there, man. He's sick of foreigners. Damn. Y'all stay over there. Y'all stay in America or India, wherever the fuck y'all coming from. So yeah, man, it's just going down everywhere,
man.
Other things going on this week. That was a long tangent, man. I don't forgot how we even got there.
Yeah.
We're talking about sword fighting and shit. I don't know where the fuck we went with that.
We talked about Taylor Swift. I think.
Yeah, I don't know how that we went from Taylor Swift to because she called the football players gladiators and shit. That's how we did. It's my fault.
We got into the Iaido.
AI is kind of getting out of control, man. So apparently there's been a new AI video app. I think Sora.ai has been released to the public. People are making some videos, some AI bullshit. Some of it I will admit I've laughed at. If there was the Tupac wrestling shit, I thought was kind of funny, man. I'm not gonna lie. I can't front like I didn't think any of it was amusing. But in general, I think it's gone. Yeah, it's troubling how good it looks because we're coming up quickly to the point where there'll be fake videos out that people won't know is fake.
Yeah, especially when I think right now they just doing this with dead people.
Yeah,
but when they start doing real shit, like, hey, let me imitate somebody that's on the news. Let's put them in a situation where they're outside somewhere where they ain't supposed to be. And that shit could get tricky, where it's like, hey, that wasn't really me. Kind of like the whole Taylor Swift thing. How didn't she sue somebody? I can't remember if she sued somebody
I think she did, but that was because of porn. Somebody like made some deep fake porn of her and she sued over that. But it brought that up because she used AI in her videos, apparently. And people were like, she's not against AI. She's just against the AI that makes her looks bad. So I think that's what most people are feeling like in general.
Yeah.
But I think it maybe have gone too far, especially people are starting to make statements about their dead loved ones being used in AI videos. Zelda Williams, who was actually named after the Nintendo video game, which I thought was pretty cool.
I thought that was badass, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, he got the daughter named Zelda. It's no way that he didn't love that game, man.
Know what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I would be shocked if he didn't care about the video game Zelda, and he just came up with Zelda like that.
Dog, the how he's a real gamer head is because he named his daughter Zelda. Because a lot of people think the main dude in the game is named Zelda. That is not Zelda. All right, Zelda is the princess.
Yeah, the other guy name was Link, right? I think was it Link?
Now, technically, he doesn't have a name because when you play the game, you name him. But since they have to call the nigga something, they called him Link. So that's like his official name. But technically, it's like a nameless hero type thing. It's supposed to be you in the game. But the princess's name is Zelda. The Zelda is not the dude, the elf dude with the sword. People to this day still think that's Zelda. That's not Zelda, all right?
Yeah.
But that's how you knew he knew it was up, because he named his daughter Zelda.
Yeah, it'd be messed up if you named the son Zelda.
Well, damn, nigga, how I supposed to know, man? The game is called Legend of Zelda. You play as a nigga named Zelda, right?
Yeah. Why is it called The Legend of Zelda then? It should be the Legend of... Well, I don't know. I get it, but The Legend of Zelda do sound like you're playing as a nigga named Zelda, though.
Yeah, that is. I don't know why they called it The Legend of Zelda, because the legend makes like you're supposed to be the legend, right? But I guess I don't know. You gotta ask somebody who's really into Zelda why it's called The Legend of Zelda, because I don't know. I never was a Nintendo dude growing up, and when I first played Zelda, I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that good, but yeah, some people are really super into it. They know all the lore and the story, so they can answer that. I don't know. I'm not a Zelda head. I can't tell you why. Also, another Nintendo one, the game Metroid. The character you play is not Metroid. The Metroid is like the enemy character in the game, but everybody think the motherfucker, which was actually a woman in the suit, they think that's Metroid. That's not Metroid. So games for some reason were confusing back then. At least Super Mario Brothers, you knew the two dudes were the Super Mario Brothers, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
They ain't call it Princess Peach Adventures.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Random gaming rant. But anyway, AI has been checked. Robin Williams' daughter, as well as MLK's daughter, Martin Luther King's daughter, has spoken out against their likenesses being used in AI videos. If you haven't seen it, I think I've seen one with MLK and the wrestling shit. I thought that was a little too far, man. All right. Enough. Don't put MLK in that bullshit. I didn't see the Robin Williams one, but I'm sure it's some corny, stupid shit as well. So, Robin Williams' daughter released a pretty lengthy statement saying why it's distasteful to do and just not to do it because it's kind of gross. And yeah, I'm starting to think like, I know AI ain't going nowhere. People are too amused by it and they like it, but when this whole thing about using dead people in AI videos, it's nasty. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's fine because you put Michael Jackson in the video, but what if somebody put like your grandma in a video? You'd be like, what the fuck is this? So do you have any thoughts? How do you think this is going to shake out, man? Do you think people will actually reel it back, or is it going to get worse?
Oh, it's going to get worse. It's already worse. It's already worse now, man. You got Martin Luther King and Malcolm X fighting in the ring, man.
That's not funny, but
I just don't know how. I don't know how bad it could get. I think it could get way worse than that, man. Or I don't know if it could get worse than that. But the Tupac one, I seen the Tupac one with the him and Biggie and the Tesla. That one was kind of funny. Biggie was like, man, this motherfucker driving himself. And then they show a Tupac with an iPhone. This that new iPhone, y'all. I'm just like, man, this is crazy, man. I think right now, I think it's funny because it's kind of innocent right now, but I think it's gonna get real tricky when it starts scamming people and start mischaractering people, where some real people that's still currently around. I think that's when it's gonna get a little tricky, where you might see some big stars start suing people. You know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about the Taylor Swift little porn edit or the porn whatever that was.
Like a deep fake AI type thing, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get tricky when some ignorant ass dudes start making some fake porn of somebody, another woman, where it look real as hell, and you like, is this real or is this fake? No, that's when it's gonna get really tricky, man. And that's when you're gonna probably see people get their Drake on, try to sue over it.
Yeah, I think you have to regulate something like this, man, because it's too easy to manipulate people. Imagine all the people. Let's say if you sent every old person a customized video of Donald Trump asking you for money. Now, you would think nobody will fall for this. You'd be surprised. People fall for scams dumber than that every day. So if somebody uses AI to scam people and making it personalized, so it looks like maybe your cousin or your son or somebody you haven't seen in a while is asking for money, and send a video, an AI video of them, and people get scammed like that, it's dangerous, man. So there's got to be some kind of regulation. But my issue is, it's only going to be regulated for us. The government, everybody in control is going to be able to use it at will. So yeah, it's just scary, man. It's very troubling how comfortable people are with it in general too. So it's not good. My parents sent me an AI video of their dog singing some songs, and I'm like, one of the things you kind of have to, kind of act like you're laughing at. You're like, it's funny, but I didn't really think it was funny. Really silly, but yeah, it's AI is so popular that it's not going anywhere. I don't know if they're going to regulate it in the future, but you can't count on people to have taste and class when dealing with this shit, because all they care about is posts and likes and engagement. So yeah, we're cooked. It's over.
Yeah. Did you see the one with a wrestling match with George Washington and Abraham Lincoln?
Dog, I saw Abraham Lincoln and Hitler doing like a promo in the WWE ring, and then Gandhi came out, and there, I guess it was supposed to be like a triple threat match or something. And I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, they had one. Of course, they did this one, the one with Chris Benoit.
That was funny. Well, that's not really funny, but
yeah, but he was kind of crying, and then I guess I don't know if it was the devil or whoever came to get him. I'm just like, man, y'all are sick, man.
Said, oh, he's back, and a black guy with a shocked face in the audience. I'm like, all right, man, we're cooked.
Yeah.
David said they should bring back celebrity deathmatch instead of AI. I love celebrity deathmatch growing up. I watched like every episode of it. It was so stupid looking back at it, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was entertaining. The impressions were so bad, though. That's the funny thing about it. The celebrity impressions were so, unless you had the person doing it, like I think Stone Cold Steve Austin actually did his own voice for that celebrity death match, but everybody else, the impressions were kind of horrible, but it was still entertaining, man. I watched almost every episode of Celebrity Deathmatch back in the day, man. I love that show.
Yeah.
MTV in general was just fire back then. Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
all that shit.
They had some good animated series, just random shit on there, man.
Yeah.
Now all you see is fucking ridiculousness all fucking day.
Yeah. Yep. We lived through the good old days, man. That's all I can say. Won't be the same. Oh, you told me this. The last inmate from the New Orleans breakout got arrested. I didn't know there was still one out there. But apparently he got caught. Damn, he had a good run.
Dude, he was out there 5 months. I forgot about him. About him. Yeah, and honestly, I thought it was gonna be a point where they didn't even get to him, man. I thought he's gonna be gone for good. But I guess rumor have it. I don't even know if this is a real rumor or just some Twitter shit. But rumor has it that him and this girl got into it. And she ratted him out pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a fucked up way to go out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, he was still out there, man.
Damn, man. I hope that 5 months was worth it, because he probably ain't getting out at this point. But hey, at least he had a good run while it lasted, man.
Yeah, he should have a shot collar on him at this point, man.
Oh man. What would you do if you had 5 months? If let's say you escaped prison and you had 5 months before you knew you had to go back and you wouldn't be back out, what would you do in those 5 months?
I would probably travel as much as I can. Get as much women as I can. Drink, eat, food, all this other stuff. I don't think it's much you can really do. Like I don't know what I would do. I'll just be thinking about my time like this shit about to end. Like unless it was a way where I can like get away and be gone for good and not go back. But yeah, I don't know why. I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, he should have been in this country. Like, where the fuck is he gonna go, man? He's a wanted man
with no money too.
with no money. Yeah, can't contact his family. Like, where was he gonna go?
Your only hope is to go to a country with no extradition clause. And number one, how are you going to get there? Number two, what are you going to do once you get there?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
and that's some shit you got to be really calculated about. That's before you even break out. You got to be calculated. Like, hey, I know somebody who's a pilot who can fly over to Cuba, and you got your new identification, name change. You're gonna be working at this hardware store. You got to have it all planned out, not no break out and just be on a run, just trying to figure shit out. Like, nah, you over it. Like, I'm surprised he lasted this long. Like, it's over. Like, you ain't got nowhere to go. How you gonna survive?
Yep. I mean, he made a run of it, but yeah, she wasn't gonna last, man. Like you said, what can you do really once you've had enough pussy as you can have until you got sick of it? Probably had a lot of alcohol or whatever you can have. And that's really about it, man. So, yeah. David said, I would win Evo. Evo is a fighting game championship, like the biggest one. They would have to vacate my championship, putting me in history forever. Okay, what would happen is you would train for this game championship for 4 months. You would go there and you would lose instantly. You go to jail. All right. Because them motherfuckers don't play, dog. Sometimes I get online and I think I'm pretty nice in fighting games. I get online, I just get demolished. Because I'm like, I just get killed, man. They know they do combos I've never seen before. They do all this shit. And I'm like, I thought I was pretty nice because I play my friends pretty well. And I think I'm pretty good when I play them. But then you play some random kid from fucking Ohio and he destroys you with shit you've never seen before. So
yeah,
fighting games ain't easy, man. It's stressful.
Yeah, shit, that's any game to me. Like, I can sit here and play Madden all day long, whooping ass. But when I play somebody for real that do that shit, you look up, you like, damn. I 3 pick sixes, and he scored on me every single time. So I'm already down. I'm already passing the sticks. It's already 1 skunk. So that's why I don't be playing nobody, man. I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah, I'm single player mainly these days, man. Like playing was it NBA 2K? I had to give that up. Shit, got too hard, man. These kids are too nice. Can't do a Call of Duty, all that stuff. Had to give it up.
Yeah. Speaking of games, did you see this tweet from it's this account called Discussing Film? About is it it's the company that made the game Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Let me I'm gonna put this tweet up real quick.
I know what you're gonna say because I saw this story. Apparently they were gonna make a Assassin's Creed game where you play a freed slave and he fights the Ku Klux Klan or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft canceled an Assassin's Creed game set in the post-Civil War era. Featured a black assassin who was formerly a slave. Players would fight the emerging KKK, and leadership canceled it after concerns with U.S. political climate and Yasuke backlash. Now, if you don't know the Yasuke thing, they made a Assassin's Creed game with a black samurai in Japan. And this is a guy who apparently really existed in real life, but people were still mad about it. They called it woke. You know how people are with this racist gaming shit. So they got upset about it. And to be fair, I do think if you set a game in Japan, it probably should have Japanese people in it starring.
I thought that was kind of weird, to be honest.
I would have rather look. I think they would have handled this game badly, but I would rather play this and then play the Japanese people Assassin's Creed 2 instead of having that and then this one got canceled.
Yeah,
because Like I don't know, man. I didn't. Some black people were really adamant about that Assassin's Creed thing, and they're like, "We gotta support this shit." I'm like, I ain't buying no Assassin's Creed for this shit, man.
Yeah,
I
nah.
stopped playing Assassin's Creed after Assassin's Creed 2. That was a really good game, but that was it for me, man. So
Yeah. No, I actually thought this game would have been cool, man, to have something like that. Because you don't really got. I mean, obviously, you don't really got games like that. You got some of the war games and all that shit, but you ain't really got nothing like that. I thought that game would have been cool. I think Grand Theft Auto could probably pull something off like that. Or
yeah,
what was it, Rockstar? Who made
yeah.
the game? They could probably pull something off like that. They already be in deep water with the content and the shit they be having in the games anyway. So I thought that would have been cool, man. I would have been excited for that game.
Yeah, if they made like a Red Dead Redemption, but you play as Django Unchained type shit, something like that, that would be fun to play.
Yeah,
But people would be mad about that. So
of course.
all the discourse and the arguments and shit. I don't know. Matt said, "See, I didn't think it was weird because Afro Samurai exists. I'm not black, obviously, but Samuel L. Jackson as a samurai, hell yeah." See, that's the thing, man. This is a very recent, because I've been a gamer my whole life, and this whole thing about the woke shit and the black characters, this was not a thing until very recently that people started acting upset about this, because there used to be a lot of games with diverse cast, and you control a woman or you control a black guy, and nobody gave a shit because we only wanted to play cool games, man. Now every game got to be a fucking political debate online, and I'm really sick of it, man. I just want to play cool games and live in peace. I don't care about arguing over anything online about some fucking video game. But there are people who would make it their whole brand to complain about video game culture and video game political stuff on the internet. And
the thing is, it'd be people that don't even play video. It'd be somebody like
yes.
Lamont Hill. That have a whole fucking segment on how fucked up this is. It's like, dog, you don't even play, man. Like, when was the last time you played a fucking video game, man?
Yes. And all these, a lot of them are like right-wing type dudes too, who just kind of the grifters who just see something they can make money off of and they just jump right in. So they have to act like they care. Oh, the Black Assassin's Creed game would have been this woke. Man, shut up. You really don't care. You probably wouldn't even play that game. Or you probably haven't played any Assassin's Creed game your entire life.
You probably ain't know nothing about this game until now.
Exactly. They saw it was a big story and jumped on it to get the views and the clicks. So, sick world, man. I just want to play games in peace, but apparently can't do that anymore because it's too political now, like everything else in the world.
Yeah, so. I do feel like I could see somebody kind of. I wonder. Well, I was gonna say I could see somebody stepping in that lane, but I don't know if somebody would, man. But I do feel like the popular type games now is the Red Dead Redemption type games, like horses and back in the 1700s and all that shit, which I'm kind of tired of, to be honest. Just give me, like, I ain't got to be 2025 type shit, but hell, give me something in the 80s. Let's do something in the 80s or the 90s or something like that, where you can have a fucking car and some updated guns or some shit. It ain't got to be super high tech like a couple games that's out now. I forgot the name of the game, but ain't got to be super high tech. But like I'm sick of the whole Bonanza and Gunsmoke type games, man.
Yeah, and I think they do that because it's easier to make an open world game when there's nothing in it, because it's hard to make a game with a full size city in it and have you do stuff. And that's one thing that's kind of disappointing about the modern games now. Remember when Grand Theft Auto first came out, Grand Theft Auto 3, when it first came out, and we thought, damn, one day every game's going to be like this, where you can just be in a city and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And then as the technology got better, it feels like games got smaller.
Yeah.
Now it's just like very confined spaces and very linear and really not a whole lot of doing whatever the fuck you want. there's really only Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, and what else is like super open world like that?
Yeah.
Really nothing, man. So yeah, it feels like I think it's just been more expensive to make games now, and they can't make them as big as they used to, but they can make them prettier, which is all people care about apparently. So
Yeah, that's kind of messed up because even I told you I played that game Mafia, the new Mafia, Old Country Town, Old Town, and that's not really an open world game to the point they ain't even give you time to explore anything. You was on a mission. Once you finish a mission, you gotta go to another one, and there was no time to lollygag or anything. So by the time you finish, there was nothing else to do in there. So yeah, that dude kind of sucked. I think Mafia 3 had a little more of an open world because you still had some missions you can do and just kind of fool around and just kill people and kill other rival gangs and all that shit. But yeah, outside of that, man, all you really do have is Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto.
Yep. Like I was playing the newer Final Fantasy VII games that came out because that was one of my favorite games back in the day was Final Fantasy VII. And I played the remake because they remade the game and it looks all good, but it don't feel the same, man. It just feels like, okay, you go here, you do this, then you go here and do this. You got to go here and do this. And maybe there's some side mission, but it's some stupid bullshit and just waste your time. It don't feel like you're exploring anything. It doesn't feel like, you're just in the game trying to figure out what to do. It's just, okay, they tell you exactly what to do and you just got to go and do it and then do the next thing. It's just not the same anymore, man. I don't know. I miss that, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And last but not least, maybe, now, is this true? Is this confirmed? There's a new versus Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah, I seen that from a couple.
Number one, they're still doing verses?
I didn't think
When
they
was
were
the last one.
Man, hell if I know, man.
Let me look
hell
it
if
up.
I know. I thought it was over, man, because
when was the last verses?
Yeah, it got tricky when they started doing the deal with Triller and all this other shit. Where I don't know what happened, man, but it started getting a little tricky when they start doing the deal with Triller and they gave up. They sold, I think Timberland and Swiss sold their pieces to it, and I guess they stopped being involved with it or some shit. So I don't even know what really happened with that, but I can't remember the last. I can't remember the last verses.
I'm looking up, but I don't see Looney Tunes versus DJ Nelson in 2022 of July.
Okay.
Before that, it was Omarion versus Mario.
Yeah, that's what I see.
That was in June of 2022. So it's been 3 years since the last verses.
Yeah.
And apparently they're going to do Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah.
Who you got in that one?
Man, I don't even know, man. I will probably say No Limit just because they probably all together. And
is Mystical in prison or out of prison?
I think he in prison.
Okay. If he's not there, that severely hurts them.
Yeah. But it seemed like Cash Money, every time I see them, they be arguing over some shit, man. Like, they can't even do a full tour together. And I wonder if they gonna have Lil Wayne. I think if they ain't gonna have Lil Wayne, man, I think that's gonna be a little tricky. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know if I'm gonna peep this out, to be honest. I just been so far over this shit. But it would be interesting to see these two come together because even though they all from New Orleans, they wasn't the best of friends. Specifically, what's his Master P and Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I just feel like it won't be entertaining, man. I feel like these are people who have just grown apart too much, and even I think that last Cash Money tour they did, I think that was kind of disappointing for people too because the energy really wasn't there. Now they have good performers. Juvenile is a great performer. He could put on a good show. Lil Wayne, I don't know. Man, Lil Wayne, I don't know if he's even going to be there. And if he is there, you know, current Lil Wayne does not sound good. So, yeah, I don't know.
I would like to see Juvenile in his own verses against somebody. Now, this won't be like a big top-notch box office type deal, but I think Juvenile got enough hits where he can entertain a little, maybe 10 songs or something like that, back and forth with somebody that was kind of on his level too. I think that would be cool.
Juvenile versus Nelly. Book it. Has Nelly done a versus? I don't think so.
Nah, he did. He did a verse.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It was back. It wasn't on stage though. It was on.
It was Nelly versus Ludacris. That was the quarantine.
Yeah.
Okay, and Nelly and Ludacris. I didn't even see
Nelly
that one.
Nelly had an awful connection. I don't know where the fuck he was at. it was during that time. I kept fucking up. But
damn. Yeah, that was a tough era. If you didn't have a good internet connection, you ruined the whole show. So
yeah. Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Oh man.
Man.
But yeah, I think versus run its course, man. I'm not looking forward to this, even if it does happen. You know, shout out to them for getting the bag, I guess, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I think now versus just having that, just the conversation is cool. Just who would win between Jay-Z and whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Just having that conversation. Now, I don't want to see it. I don't necessarily want to see a versus, but just say who got the better catalog, Rockefeller or State Property, or however you want to put it, or Rockefeller or Death Row. Like I think that's just a conversation type thing where you could debate it. I don't want them to try to put something together, Death Row versus whoever. So yeah, I think that kind of ran its course.
Yeah, it's usually better off as a discussion over who would win than actually seeing it play out, especially when these people are 20 years older, 30 years older than they were in their prime. So yeah. David says they could have Cash Money versus No Limit as its own brand. Even it's big enough. Yeah, I think just the idea of it is big, but actually seeing it play out, I don't know. Sidebar, it reminds me of, remember Drake and Lil Wayne had a tour called Drake versus Lil Wayne, and it was like some Street Fighter 4 inspired shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought of that, but that was a weird era. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to bring this up. We got to talk about this, man. Have you heard the latest Aisha Curry podcast?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. What do you for people who haven't heard it? Aisha Curry went on some goofy girl podcast and talked about how she did not want to be a mother originally. She did not want to get married to Steph Curry or be married, period, because she has her own goals and dreams and aspirations and whatnot, whatever. And she got a lot of backlash for this. Kind of people called her one of the worst wives ever, tied with Jada Pinkett and Gabrielle Union. Is one of the worst wives ever. What are your thoughts on this, man? Do you have any thoughts about this Aisha Curry, this latest thing she's been involved with?
Yeah, I think my thought is like, all right, like I understand she feel how she feel about this, but this is like the 4th or 5th time that she did something like this. And I feel like it's making Curry look so bad. Like, dog, she's saying everything she's been saying over the years been some of the worst things to me. Just how I forgot what she said before. How sometimes she be wanting other men to look at her. However she phrased it, I'm paraphrasing, but it's just like, why would you Like, why would you say that out loud like that?
Wait, let's actually play the clip here. I'm gonna link it. Play this. Will this work? I think that's a link. Yeah, play the clip. Let's stream it because I want to actually get the gist of what she actually said. I don't want to paraphrase too much. So pull this shit up on the stream. We could actually react to what she said.
All right.
Yeah, man. Well, when you search Aisha Curry on Twitter, you just see a lot of a lot of discourse.
Yeah,
a lot of hate, man. Damn, she's getting roasted.
All right, here she go.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself.
Obviously.
So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like, did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
No, I gotta shoot some bail. That was not as bad as I heard it was.
Yeah.
I think some of what she was saying was understandable. I also think a lot of it should not be public. I think these are some private conversations you have between you and your husband or your therapist. I don't think your kids one day should have to hear audio of you saying you didn't want to be a mother, or you feel like, or basically you were implying that they were a burden to you and your career goals. Because I mean, they didn't ask to be here, man. All right, it's not their fault. You had the kids, so that's the one issue I take with it. Is this really should have been a private conversation? She should not have put this out on the fucking internet. But what are your thoughts on this, man? Do you think it's just an evil woman here?
Yeah, I think she's talking a little too much, and maybe she's just a little too blunt and too honest, where stuff just spilled out. Hell, she said it in the clip. But yeah, my thing is, you like, why are you saying all? I feel like all of this stuff is just making either the family look bad or your husband look bad. Like, damn, he ain't doing enough to keep her happy. That's what kind of come across to me a little bit. But also on the flip side, what I got from that was maybe she got some deeper issues, and maybe it's good she do have a therapist and all that stuff. but maybe she do have some deeper issues that's deeper than what she's saying, because all the other stuff, even not this clip, but the stuff in the past, how she mentioned how she be wanting other men to look at her, and as a married woman, it's like, why do you want that? And I understand that you want to feel good, that type of stuff make you feel good about yourself, like you're wanted, like you still got it, and I totally get that. But then just all the other stuff, I think I seen the clip on she was on The View, and some buff ass dude came out with no shirt, and she faked like she was about to take a ring off. It's just like, man, like, dude, you are married to one of the biggest superstars in the NBA. You are embarrassing that man right now. You can't, as much as women should have fun and people should have fun, you signed up to be with this guy. So a lot of stuff you got to hold back, man. Maybe you get buck wild behind closed doors or something, but just doing all of that, man, is I feel like it's not a good look for him either, man. Kind of making them look like I don't want to say a clown or nothing like that, but it's making them look bad when you got clips going around saying how she, thought about, didn't want to be a mother and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure people had them thoughts, and listening to this clip, the way it came across, it kind of makes sense. How she said she had her own career and she haven't thought about being a mother, and then it happened. And then, and I'm happy about how everything happened, but she kind of coming across like she regrets some, like she kind of feel bad for some things because her career got put off to the side because she married a billion, got with an NBA player, or got with somebody who ended up going to the NBA and becoming a millionaire and all that stuff. It's like, damn, girl, like, stop. You making everybody look bad at this point, man. And I don't know.
Wasn't she also the one who exposed that Steph Curry was in the feet?
Yeah.
Well, I think she was the one who put that out there. Like, he was always asking her for feet pics and getting some feet stuff. And she exposed him. This was years ago. She exposed Steph Curry as being a foot fetishist, which is one of the nastier fetish. I mean, and I guess not really the nastiest, but I always look at feet dudes weirdly,
though, man. Especially and Steph got a clean image. Say what you want, but he kind of got a clean image. So he probably didn't want that out there like that.
100% he didn't, man. And that's his wife. You're supposed to just take the pictures and do what he had. There were weirder fetishes to be into. But that I always looked at him kind of weird after that, because I'm like, you want to beat niggas, fucking weirdo. But yeah, I mean, this is proof that look, Aisha Curry and Michelle Obama are kind of proof that no matter what you achieve, a lot of ways it just won't be enough. That's why you should never think that you own a woman. You should never think that, she ain't ever going to leave me because I got this. Or if I work to get this, then she won't want to leave me. If I get money, then I can get that bad bitch. She won't leave me. I think DDG said some shit like that recently. He was like, I'm not going to date until I have enough money that I can't be left for another nigga with money, or some shit like that. Like, that don't make no damn difference at all, dog. You just don't know yet. But
if you ain't got no money and she leave you for a nigga with money, that's all you need to know about her, to be honest. And I'm not sitting here saying you got to stay with somebody broke or whatever, but if somebody decides to up and leave you when you got some things going, but you ain't got the most money, and she leave you strictly off a dude that got more money, that's all you need to know about her. That's all you better off finding somebody that's willing to stick with you through the mud. And then when you get rich, it's like, all right, she been here with me from the beginning.
100%, but not even that. There will always be somebody with more. There will always be somebody with more. No matter what you do, there will always be somebody with something that your woman thinks you're lacking, probably. So what can you really do? You'll never own that person. You'll things can change the drop of the hat. And some people, look, Aisha Curry has one of the most privileged lives of any wife maybe that's ever lived. All right. Married to a super rich athlete, has her own brand, does her own things, has freedom to do whatever the fuck she wants, really. And it's still not enough in some cases. I understand that. Look, everybody got their own issues and hang-ups. Everybody has regrets in life. I get that. But the fact that you don't respect your man enough to just go out here and sully his image by implying that, what he does, what he provides for you just isn't enough for you. That's what annoys me, man. These conversations are real and I understand them, but why can't they be private? Why do we have to know it? Why does she have to go on a podcast and admit all this? And if you look at Steph has never said one bad thing about his wife in public ever. That's one thing you always notice about these relationships too. Dwayne Wade has never said one bad thing about Gabrielle Union. Will Smith has never said one bad thing about Jada Pinkett Smith. Who else? Obama has always hyped Michelle to the heavens, man. He's never had anything bad to say about her. And then these women get out and they just shit on their man. As soon as they get a microphone in front of their face, they're like, well, I didn't want to marry Obama at first. He was just some, I didn't want this. I didn't want that. It's like, y'all, I'm not saying you have to, 100% be subservient and suck up to them and act like they're a guy. But you can at least respect them in public and not shit on them and act like you didn't want them or they don't do this or they don't do that or air out your public business. Yeah. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It kind of make you appreciate people like Savannah James. Yeah. How she don't say anything. Like, that's probably the perfect basketball wife you could find, man. Who ain't she take care of the kids. I feel like she's kind of normal. She kind of go around as normal a little bit. She's not always in the spotlight. Whenever she is, she makes sure she's representing King James pretty much. She ain't over here hugged up with somebody or saying, fake taking the ring off when a nigga walk in the door and exposing anything. I don't think she's exposing anything from LeBron. Not that I can remember. And maybe they do got some stuff going on. I don't know, but she don't let it be known. She is like she's protecting his brand, and unfortunately, that's the territory you in when you marry somebody like that. And I feel like Steph is kind of in that same category of, he don't really say much. He don't get in trouble. He got a brand. And you out here talking about he love feet and all this other stuff. He as much as he tried to do, he just won't understand. Like, damn, like, don't nobody want to hear it. I'm sure he don't want that all out there. Just imagine your girl out here saying, yeah, Rocket, bless his heart. He tries as much as he can, but he just will never understand where I'm coming. It's just like, damn, that kind of make another dude be like, hey, I can understand. Yep. So it's kind of like she's crying out. Like, it sounds like she's not happy. And that would tick me off as a husband. That would tick me off. Like, man, don't even look. Why did you put me out there? Now you got me looking bad.
Yep. No, that's truth of the matter. When you marry somebody, and I'm not knocking against marriage, but you could do everything and it won't be enough for some people. Yeah. And that goes both ways for men and women too. There are women out there that have done everything for their man. The man still goes out and cheats. Mm-hmm. So there's like, no matter what, for some people, it will just never be enough. So I don't know. It's just rough to hear the dirty laundry be aired publicly. I don't know. I don't see what the gain is for her.
And this ain't her first time, man. This happened year after year, man. It's always something.
Repeat offender, man. And I wonder if they just have talks and she doesn't listen or he's scared to say anything about her. So I don't know, man. But I'm not gonna say I feel bad for Steph because maybe he doesn't give a fuck. He knows we married, so I guess he just knows this comes with the territory, but I don't know. It's kind of sickening that, well, damn. I mean, these motherfuckers did everything, took these women out the mud, made them superstars, gave them the platform, and it's like, oh, you still ain't shit though, nigga. You still don't understand me and my problems. Like, all right, whatever you say.
Yeah.
David said, do y'all remember when Pusha T dissed LeBron over her? Wait, dissed LeBron over Savannah? I don't remember that. I don't remember that happening at all. Let me look this up. Pusha T, Savannah James.
I remember the Yes Jules thing.
He mentioned why was it okay for Pusha T to openly say that Braun was cheating on Savannah in a song? Pusha said in a bar on a song called Back by Popular Demand. I don't know what the bar was.
I heard he was fucking something. Well, I don't know. Like that Braun had a long time ago. I remember that song.
I heard she fucking LeBron, but shit, I don't know. Like that Braun, I had that a long time ago. Yeah, I think that might have been Yes Jules.
Yeah.
That chick that has been rumored to be with LeBron, even though she has denied it and everybody else has denied it. Whenever these rumors pop up, she comes out of nowhere and makes a video about it. So I think Rich Paul gives her a call and like, hey, squash this shit now. But yeah, I think this all came from, I think, one random tweet LeBron made when he was back in Miami. And he gave a shout out to Yes Jules for throwing the best parties. And this is when nobody outside of maybe the Miami party scene knew who Yes Jules was. She was not like a internet personality at this point. So him shouting this random woman out for some people was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But she's always denied anything happened. And yeah. Matt says he's peacing out for the night. Good night, man. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, bro. Take care. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, I think that was a Yes Jules dig or something. I don't know. Yeah. But anything else we're missing? I might about do it for this week, man. I don't see anything else popping up on the timeline. So we go ahead and call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Thank you all for listening and tuning in and chopping it up with us. We'll be back maybe next Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, man. I don't know. It might call it a week if nothing super important happens. But appreciate everybody who's dropped by. Make sure you tune in. Sports Radio 610, Biggie Fig in the Loop, Biggie Fig's mixtape 120. Make sure you go out to Houston Cougars, even though they lost badly. Make sure you still go out and support the team. Biggie Fig's going to be out there still doing his thing. So make sure you say what's up. And until next time, y'all.
Peace.